The first round of voting in the Freak 16 is in. Who did you select? Now, I'm going to tell you who I selected as we go along in this process. Let's put up the brackets here. And once we look at the brackets completed, you'll see, ooh, next round is going to be fascinating. Okay, do you know that we had over 30,000 votes on the TYT app in the first round? Okay, now let's take a look. Bush versus Jindal, 1 versus 16. This is a no-brainer. 4,500 votes anyway on this, but Bush takes it in a landslide over Jindal. Now, immediately, Carson versus Trump, the most interesting matchup of the first round. That was the closest voting we had in the whole first round. It was actually 32 to 68. I had Carson winning in my brackets. Wrong! The American people have spoken. Trump is the winner in this bracket here. Now, that's unsurprising. I filled out my brackets a couple of weeks ago. You guys had the benefit of knowing how much Trump is surging. I had him ranked all the way at number 9, so this is actually an upset for Trump to win against Carson. But polls just came out today saying that Trump's at 24% in the Republican field. He's nearly lapping the field. Scott Walker, who's number 2, is at 13%. So when you think about that, that's unsurprising. But the next round, where you guys are going to vote again, Bush versus Trump. Instant classic. Can't wait. Can't wait to see how you guys are going to vote. Now, Rubio versus Santorum, again, no-brainer. You guys have Rubio in a landslide. You've got then next Cruz versus Fiorina, also landslide Cruz, setting up the Rubio-Cruz Latino matchup. That matchup's going to be in fuego. Boy, Trump's got to have a lot to say about that matchup. We'll see who advances to the Final Four from there. Paul versus Pataki. Pataki gets the spanking that everybody suspected he was going to get. Rand Paul easily advances on to the second round. Huckabee versus Kasich, one of the top 3 closest races. Kasich, a lot of people find to be a little bit more moderate, a little bit better track record. Doesn't matter. Huckabee, the favorite, wins again. He does so because people know that, look, a lot of voters in the Republican side, evangelicals, and Huckabee right now is polling really well. Takes down Kasich. And we go back to the board. Walker versus Graham. Walker is surging. Doing really well in the polls. Got Koch money, Sheldon Adelson money. You guys are aware of that. You had Walker cleaning Lindsey Graham's clock. Then finally, Christie versus Perry. Now look, Perry's the former governor of Texas. That's a pretty big deal. He had a legitimate shot last time around until he blew it. Christie is in a lot of trouble because of all the scandals in New Jersey. Christie, nonetheless, second closest vote, also over 4,000 votes here. But Christie does take it, setting up an awesome set of brackets on that side. Christie, don't underestimate him, against Scott Walker, who's absolutely surging. And then Rand Paul versus Huckabee, the libertarian versus the evangelical. It's gonna get awesome up in here. So you guys got to go on the app right now and do the next round of voting. And after the next round of voting, we're gonna have the Final Four. 30,000 votes this time. God knows how many thousand votes we're gonna have next time. So for the first time, we have an upset. Trump beats Carson. And we have you guys disagreeing with me. I had Carson going on in the next round. Is it going to be Bush or is it going to be Trump that makes it into the Final Four? Come on. How are we not having fun? The Freak 16. It's wonderful. Take part, download the TYT app, and start voting immediately.